All right, so, oh, I need my glasses. Details. I can see it better with mine. All right. So go ahead, take a comfortable seat. And resting your hands wherever they're comfortable. You're welcome to close your eyes. And allow your attention to drop inside. So you found the support beneath you. So that support under your sit bones, notice. You might even notice that in sitting with the spine vertical, it might feel different on how the one sit bone and glute connect to the support beneath you and how that's different from the other side. You might notice that. Or maybe they feel, very close. That could be. And you've got your spine lengthened up towards the sky. And go ahead and drop your attention into your breathing. If you're practicing your Ujjayi breathing, you might have you'd have the tip of the tongue behind the upper two teeth, a hollowness at the back of your throat. It's almost as if the inhale comes in right below the Adam's apple. And just see if you can make the breath smooth. And if you can balance both the inhale and the exhale. And we've also, we just had summer solstice where the sun was at the northernmost path. It comes up and it's over the Tropic of Cancer. So the sun, the days, the longest days. So the light during the day, the longest light. And it does take a number of days before we actually notice that light beginning to to wane even the slightest amount. It takes time in this traveling of the earth around the sun and the rotation. But if we think about the light, the long days of light, can we also know that we embody light within our own bodies, light. And just taking a moment to see if you can connect to that light as it moves through your body. So that sense of your body and just how the energy, or we could call it light, is moving through the body right now. And then you can let go of any control on your breath. Join your hands in front of your heart. And to open the practice, I'll chant the sound of Om. You're welcome to join me. I'm going to sing Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings in all realms find peace, happiness, and may my words and actions support this. So to begin, take a deep inhale. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. And with your next exhale, go ahead and bow your head towards your heart. And release your hands and lift your gaze. And I realized I forgot to hook up the other microphone, but I'm not going to stop class to do that. But Wednesday I'll have the other microphone hooked up, so the sound might be a little different, but I hope you can hear me all right. All right, so we're going to go ahead and come to standing. And so you can go ahead and move your blankets out of the way, whatever props you were using. And as you come up to standing, go ahead and take a little wider stance. And bend the knees a little. Let's just start to swing the arms. Let the arms hit your body. Let the arms tap into, do you feel how when you're swinging the arms, they're coming across maybe to the top of the pelvis on the opposite side? Possibly. So we can use this tapping of the body to also invigorate the body, to open the body up, to remind the body that we are about to do movement through this area. And you can breathe in through the nose and out through the nose while you're just warming up. And maybe you feel yourself, you can start to kind of speed up a little bit. And then you're going to add the pushing hands with the exhale, quickly out the mouth. When you're ready, you can join me. Five, four, three, two, one, and we slowly let the body come back. Deep breath in, and then let's step the feet toward each other. And we'll do the short little inhales. So it's going to be the inhale, 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 exhale. You're going to bend both knees and reach the arms back. Okay, here we go. Last one. This time stay down on the exhale. The arms just dangling to the ground. We'll inhale halfway. And exhale, fold. You can take the hand and just go, no, and yes. Shift the hands to the hips. And inhale, let's come all the way up. And exhale, hands in front of the heart. Inhale, reach your right arm up. So can you reach up to the right arm at the same time? Can you be reaching from the right low belly all the way down into your right foot, the right heel, and in the other direction as well, the right low belly all the way up towards the right arm. When you're doing both at the same time, inhale deeply, exhale, side bend. Still reaching both directions. And then we'll inhale, come up. Exhale, release both arms. Pause, deep breath. Just noticing that how the right side of your body feels. Simply from that, it might feel more awake. And then let's do the other side. So we inhale, the left arm up. So left low belly all the way into the left heel, active. Left low belly all the way up. Inhale deeply, exhale, side bend. Still reaching into the ground and up. Breathing deeply. Find the left heel still. And then inhale, come up. Exhale, release both arms. Good. Noticing, deep breath. Great. And then let's take your hands for a moment. Take them to, there's the ASIS, so you feel that. So touch into that. And then can you bring the hands, you're gonna come all along the crest of the pelvis, the crest of your pelvis. So really palpate that all the way in towards the belly button. Feel around, all the way around from the back, from that back point of the pelvis. Can you palpate that firmly? Can you come all the way across the crest of your pelvis, really, pressing into that area so you get a sense of like, wow, how does that feel? Come along, let's go to the glutes, take your fist and give that area a little patting, and you're gonna waking this up. Great. And then let your arms dangle. And then coming back, so you go along the crest of the pelvis, and then you come towards the more bony part, if you feel that bony part of your sacrum, and just placing your hands there, or your fists, or your hands like this, where the fingers are toward each other, you might feel that. And then if you, then just see what happens under your hands there when you bend both knees. And you come up and you see if you can just get a sense of those muscles just a little bit. It's not like a super, obvious thing happening, but there is some movement that's changing right there as you flex your hips. Okay, and then we're going to come back up. Good. One more time, come across the crest of the pelvis. There's the ASIS. Okay. And then we'll take the arms down. All right, great. Let's bring your blocks out in front of you. On any height. And then go ahead, inhale, lift both arms. And exhale, bow forward, Uttanasana. Hands can be on your blocks or on the ground. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bow forward. One more time, inhale, halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale halfway, use your blocks to help you so you've got support for the front of the spine. And then exhale, forward fold. Next time we're going to inhale halfway. Exhale, step the right foot back. So you're going to be in your lunge. You're in a low lunge, hands are supported either on blocks or the ground. You've got the back heel lifted. Yeah, you're fine. You're totally fine. And here, lift up your back heel, make your back heel vertical so that the front of the right hip, you notice maybe that it's a little more open when the back heel is lifted up. You can experiment, put the back heel, reach it back, and just kind of notice what's happening at the front of the right hip. Lift the back heel up so you're up on the ball a little bit so you get a sense of like, what happens? Okay. And then let's inhale, step forward. Exhale, left foot back. There's the lunge, weight balanced in your hips. And again, the hip, we're going to have the back heel vertical. That doesn't mean that the front knee isn't, bent. It's a little behind the front ankle. That's still happening. And I just want to provide a little more light at the front of the hip joint, a little more opening on the back leg, front of the hip. Another deep breath in. And then we're going to inhale, let's step forward. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Arms up overhead. Exhale, hands back in front of the heart. Again, inhale, lift both arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, right foot back again. Take your right foot back. This time we're going to come upright. So just really strengthening at the right inner thigh. Really strengthening it into the inseam of that leg. Reach into the front heel. So notice right there, you haven't even picked up your hands yet, but can you feel stability? Stability in the lower body. And then when you're ready, you're going to take the arms wide and rise. You're good. Yeah, totally. There's the arms out wide. Inhale, lift both arms. Reach through both fingers, lengthen through the sides. Inhale, take the arms out. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, step the other foot back. So back inner thighs toned, reaching into the front heel. Arms come out and you're rising. Upright lunge. Right above the back knee. Close into the back knee. That's where you're going to feel, yeah, the inner thigh really strengthen there. Then inhale the arms back out. Exhale, bow forward. And step to downward facing dog. You can either have hands on blocks or hands on the ground. So in your downward facing dog, we've been working with those bones, right? The upper ramus, right? From the pubic bone up, those bones going deep inside the body. Take them deep inside of you. Another deep breath in. And then you're going to inhale, come forward to plank. Inhaling in plank pose, toning again through the belly. Notice what happens. Can you bring your attention to the back of the sacrum? And when you draw that deepest abdominal layer in, can you feel the ilia, those two hip points draw a little toward each other? Great. And then go back, downward dog. And then we're going to walk forward toward your hands. Bowing forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, folding. Inhale, rising all the way up. And exhale your hands back in front of your heart. Relax both arms. And then we're gonna just walk over and find a spot at the wall. And you could also, right here, that side spot. So if you find a spot, you're gonna take your right hand to the wall. And then let's turn the pelvis toward your left. Step the right foot forward a little, left foot back slightly. All right, so lifting at the top of the breastbone. broadening all the way across from the breastbone up to the collarbone. And then also from the middle of the breastbone all the way across the pec major on the right, all the way to that upper inner arm bone. So the distance you are from your wall, you want to be far enough away that you're not having to side bend the spine, that you've made plenty of room for your arm so that your thoracic spine can be vertical. And you might feel some tingling, that's fine, don't worry about it. It's gonna go away most likely when you drop your arm back down. If it doesn't, if that's a chronic issue for you, that the hands are numb a lot, even when they're dropped, go ahead and release the arm. Okay, reaching all the way into the hand, as if you could shine a light that goes all the way between the bicep and the tricep, down that upper arm bone, through the lower arm, all the way into the index finger knuckle, and all the finger pads. And then we'll turn back towards the wall. Let that arm tingle. Let's go the other way. So we take the left arm up. It's at about, what is that? 11 o'clock. And now you're turning towards your right. You've got your left foot a little forward, the right foot slightly back. Lifting through the top of the breastbone. Lengthening up through the crown of your skull. Where's the base of your skull? Can you come into that soft tissue that goes from the upper breastbone to the collarbone? Can you also lift up through ribs 1 and 2? Remember where some of you might remember that ribs 1, 2 underneath. And then also all the way across pec major to the upper arm bone. Again, the eyes, are you looking straight ahead? Strong through that left arm, that left hand. And then let's turn back towards the wall and relax both arms. And take a deep breath in. Just seeing what does it feel like to take a deep breath. Does it feel different across the front of the chest? All right, great. Okay, so now we're going to come back where you're going to have, you know where your blankets are. And let's take, I'm going to go sideways. So I'm going to have my blocks. So you can take your blocks at the top of your mat. And let's inhale, lift both arms. Exhale, bow forward again, Uttanasana. Hands will be either on your blocks or on the floor, as long as the legs are straight. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. So there's that little tone of deep in the belly, helping to lift your abdominal organs up to meet the front of the sacrum and the front of the spine. And then we'll go ahead and bring the knees to the ground and your chest down. You could take the forehead to the ground, or maybe you have your chin on the ground. Draw the hands back so they're alongside your ribs. And once again, can you enliven the inner thighs? And inhale, cobra. So as you come into cobra again, lengthening forward. And a little up. Exhale, let's lower. Rest the forehead down briefly. One more time, let's inhale, cobra. And exhale, lower. Inhale to all fours. And exhale, child's pose. So you can always pull the hands back or stack the fists. And then we'll come all the way up. Let's take, now, we're going to take your blocks and we're going to take them end to end. End to end on your mat. And get a blanket to put over the top of the blocks. Let me just tilt this down slightly so you can see it. Because we're going to pad the blocks with a blanket. I'm going to pad my blocks with even 2 blankets, if you want. So blanket across the top, get the wrinkles out. Maybe another blanket across the top. And we're going to take Salabhasana on here. So when you lie down, hands will be along the side body, tuck the toes under on the ground. And begin to take the arms out, palms facing towards the body. And then notice where for you. It's going to be different for everybody. As you lift the base of the skull, the front of the chest, there's a different space for all of us as to what's the position, how close do I take my hands to my body that allows me to lift the front of the chest. And then we're going to come down and rest. And you can, just place the elbows, forehead on your hands, something. Just support yourself. I'm going to take another one. So drawing the hands back, palms are on the ground, lengthen the legs back, toes on the ground, and have to bring the feet a little toward each other. So initially you can use the hands a little to isometrically pull towards the feet, so you feel that that's supporting this lift at the front of the chest and this broadness, and then lift the legs and reach the arms back. Tone the inner thighs. And exhale, lower. Inhale, press to all fours. Exhale, child's pose. Can you keep the knees together, heels together, and rest the forehead down. Great. And then let's take the blanket. Let's take one blanket off of that stack, set it off to one side. We're gonna pull the blocks, push them forward. We can make the blocks tall. And I'm gonna keep one blanket to be going underneath my knees. And then we're gonna crawl up onto that blanket and step the left foot forward and the right foot back. There's a low lunge. First, we'll have the back knee lifted. And then let's exhale, bring the knee down. Let's take the blocks, make them taller, pull them back. Inhale, so here you are, broad across the front of the chest, even as you lengthen through the top of the right thigh. Notice what happens. So on the back leg, you lengthen the thigh on the back leg towards the knee. But go to remember where your hip joint is? Way up and in on this right leg, and give a little tone there. That's going to help support not only the hip joint, but the SI joint, right? Because we're working with this front to back body. And then maybe reach right arm up. Can I keep that little bit of tone right between the pubic bone on the right and the inner hip joint on the right? There's a little tone there. Reach your fingers. Exhale, press back, lower that, and we're gonna switch sides. So right foot forward. Sometimes I'll go ahead and bring my blocks forward a little so that I've got the support there. We'll tuck the back toes under, come up into a lunge. And then an exhale, lowering the back knee. I like to release the top of my back foot. Lengthen middle quad to lower quad to knee.
You've lost the sound, Lynn.
Oh, how sad. Keep going. Let's see what happens.
Not for me, Lynn, just
Oh.
for.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't lose it.
Okay, so lots of you still have sound. I'm grateful.
Yes.
Okay, so now left leg is back. Hands are on the blocks. Blocks are pulled back towards the knee. A little tone in the right between the left pubic bone and the left inner thigh, inner hip joint, I mean. Left inner hip joint. Do you have the top of the breastbone lifted? And if you like, add the left arm. Deep inhale. And exhale. So reach back, take the low back back as you step back and take downward facing dog again, or puppy pose. And I know the blanket is there. We're going to inhale, plank pose. Exhale, lower the knees. I'm going to slide my knees are not on my blanket. I'm going to slide it slightly forward, lower the chest. I'm going to slide my blanket more forward so it's actually under my pelvis. And then inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, cobra pose. Tone the inner thighs. And exhale, lower. Go ahead and stack the hands, right hand on top of the left, rest your forehead or chin. And just enjoy some deep breathing. See if you can feel the breath all through the lower back, the back of your sacrum. Great. One more deep breath in. And then you're gonna release the hands, slide them back. Inhale to all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time, let's go plank. Let's just lower the knees, walk the hands back, a moment of child's pose. And then push yourself back up. Let's take your blanket then and go ahead and just take a seat on it. I'm gonna just take a little twist here. I don't know if someone put something in the chat box, but I can't see it from here. So you're gonna do, let's take your right leg straight and bend your left knee. Okay, and left hand behind you, you're taking a twist to the left. Can you remember that even though you're going to broaden across the front of the left chest, can you also turn first the rib cage underneath that whole left shoulder girdle as you're twisting? Turn the rib cage. Remember the whole like blanket cover analogy? You roll under the covers. You don't take all the covers with you. Come back to center. Let's straighten the left leg, bend the right knee. Right hand behind, either hugging the knee or the elbow across, whatever your body, whatever brings the most light, most clarity. Are you listening to that communication inside your body? Great. And then we'll exhale, come back. Okay, good. All right, so now can you take, if you want to take this a little deeper, we're gonna go towards bow pose. And we're gonna do it without a blanket. I'm gonna suggest it without a blanket, but sometimes I do teach it with the blanket. Right now, I'm gonna say, let's go without it, because I wanna feel some tone in the back leg. And the way we're gonna do this, let's go. First, we're gonna do Sphinx pose. So if you'll come onto your forearm, place the palms on the ground, elbows under the shoulders, wrists in line with the elbows. Inhale deeply, exhale, go ahead, press into the wide part of the forearm and begin to lift through top of the breastbone, Yeah, good. And you might, some of you might feel there's room to keep lengthening when you straighten the arm. Some of you might go, oh, that's not good, Lynn. That pinches my low back when I do that. Then you'll exhale, all of us are back on the forearms. Good, and then we're gonna just take a little rest. And again, deep breathing. Right, Diego? Deep breathing, bud. Diego says, breathe deeply. So as you breathe, your sacrum is moving. With your breathing, the sacrum is moving. You might get a sense of how the sacrum moves on the inhale and the exhale. And you might not, it's okay. And then you'll go ahead and this time come up on the forearms. And you're going to bend your right knee. Bend the right knee. I don't have my strap handy, but some of you might need a strap where you reach, you take your left forearm and cross it in front of you. Reach down in the left forearm so you're lifting up. And take the right hand back to grab onto either the ankle. And then the gaze can be a little forward of your yoga mat. Lifting up through the chest. And releasing. We're going to take second side. I'm going to turn my right forearm. I'm going to press into the right forearm, bend the left knee, reach back, grab my ankle, lift through the front of the chest. And release. And I'm going to take another rest with my breath. All right, and then if you want to, you can either take another Sphinx pose or a full bow pose where you're going to reach both arms back. Here, you can either clasp with, let's do it first with the hands where the thumb is on the, pointing towards the knees. Inhaling and reach through the legs, just like you did in Salabhasana. Lift through the chest. And exhale, release. And again, you have the option of either Salabhasana on the ground, Sphinx pose, or another full bow pose. Whichever one you choose, tone the inner thighs. Broaden across the front of the chest. And release. All right, great. I want to offer you the chance to do one more. You don't have to, but those of you who want to, if you do, go back. This time, go thumbs up so that you'll grab on with your thumbs pointing up towards the big toe, the ball of the foot. Tone the inner thighs and lift through the heart. And release. Take 3 deep breaths. And then at the bottom of your next exhale, pull the arms back and push yourself to all fours. Back to child's pose. And if the knees and ankles are okay, you're going to take the sit bones toward the heels. And then go ahead and lock your hands up. And let's come over and come down onto your back. So we're going to come down on the back. Let's take the arms out wide, like wings of a bird, out wide. We're going to take the crocodile twist. So if you'll shift your hips just a little bit to the right, straighten your left leg and twisting. Back to center. Bring the hips back to center. Shift them to the left, straighten the right leg. So you're rolling onto the outside of that right outer hip. back to center. Bring everything back to midline, the feet, the pelvic center, navel, heart, throat. And then we're gonna exhale, we're gonna bring happy baby. So if you can either grab onto either the backs of your thighs, your shins, maybe the little toe side of the feet. You might need a blanket under the back of the head. Knees are wider than the elbows. Good, and then bring the soles of the feet toward each other, knees wide, so you don't have to touch the feet, but knees are wide. You might have a hold at the ankles or the shins. Then we'll bring the knees toward each other and hold the knees toward the chest. And then let's take both feet back to the ground. Resting, and this resting with the feet on the floor, just noticing the support beneath you. Deep breathing. All right, let's cross the little toe side of the left foot to the top of the right thigh. And we're going to come into a figure four. So a little more weight to the right. Using the strength at the top of the right thigh. That helps draw the knee closer to the chest with strength at the top of the right thigh. So it's not just the arms. And then we'll put the right foot back to the floor. Keep the cross. Keep the little toe side of the left foot there at the top of the thigh. Take the arms out wide. And then you're going to take the lower body to the right. So the left foot is going to find either the floor or maybe you should put a block there. So I've got my arms out wide, left foot on the ground, or on a block. I might see if my left shin will go towards vertical. So that comes through the hip joint. Yep, yep. And you might like sliding the left arm up alongside your left ear. And then take the arm out wide. And lift the legs back up to center. And let's switch sides. So left foot to the floor. Right, little toe side of the right foot comes up. Knee comes up, hands can go behind the thigh. Or you might use a strap, or you could use a piece of furniture to put the, the left foot on. All right, then let's bring that left foot back to the ground. Arms out wide. And then we're tilting lower body toward your left. Till the right foot either finds something. The block, the ground, blanket. And you might slide your right arm up alongside your right ear. And then we're going to come back up to center. Both feet on the ground. Arms just come down to comfortable place. And deep breathing. How does the breath come in and touch inside the body? Okay, I'm going to do one more thing. Now, lots of times people think that we're doing a pigeon, but we're not doing pigeon pose right now. What you're going to do is you're going to bring the right knee up to the chest. Okay, so there's the right knee to the chest. Then you're going to take your left hand to the outside of your right foot. So this is where people think it's pigeon. But in pigeon, we take the knee off to the right and, the thigh to the right. What you're going to do right now is you're going to bring your thigh bone towards the midline of your body. You feel this at the outer hip, right? The right outer hip. You can take the left leg straight if you want to. And again, the knee is still toward the chest. I actually have my right hand at my right outer knee. I'm not pulling or pushing, it's just there. My left hand on the little toe side of my right foot. And I'm just millimeter moving my right thigh, millimeter by millimeter towards the center of my body. And as I do, I'm also becoming curious about the back of my pelvis on the right side. I'm just going, wow, where do I feel this? Where does this travel to? And can I keep the right side of my sacrum still on the floor? Right side of the sacrum, can I still keep that on the ground? Okay, come back to center. Bend your left knee, both feet on the floor. Let's just feel the difference in the two sides with, the back of the right pelvis, glute, groin, thigh, lower leg, foot, the whole, right? The whole thing. And then with the next exhale, go ahead, bring your left knee up. And then you're gonna turn your left knee toward the left. Take your right hand to the little toe side of the left foot. I still have my knee bent. And then I'm just gonna slowly bring, with keeping my knee bent, I'm gonna slowly take my leg over towards the right. I get to, it's not like I'm like, whoa, where's the most intense? But I just go, okay, so there's a spot. What, can I stay there? Can I breathe there? I might straighten my right leg and go, what changes? And the back of the left knee, I'm gonna keep that at about 90 degrees. The shin and the knee, about a 90-degree bend. I'm gonna try not to sickle my left foot. And I might go another little bit towards the right with my right thigh. Little by little, I'm going to keep the back of the sacrum, the left sacrum, on the ground. Another deep breath in. And then let's exhale. Let's come back to center. Bend the right knee. Put both feet on the floor. And then can you bring both knees up? Both knees up. Draw the knees to the chest. Inhale, take them an arm's length away. Exhale, hug them in. Hug them in. One more time. And then you're going to bring yourself to Shavasana. In your Shavasana, you might add a blanket or something underneath the knees just to support your low back. Just allowing your body to rest into the support beneath you. And then you can just begin to deepen your breath. And begin to awaken your body to movement. And bending one knee at a time, make a transition over to one side. And then using the support of your arms to come back up to sitting. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Namaste. Thank you. I'm going to come up and stop the recording.